Today with me, Bill Harrison from Kitten Ton's Cattery. He is a business owner and he actually sells kittens for a large amount of money. For any of you that can see these videos, you'll see he is very professional and his bright gold jacket and crazy hat. Bill, tell me a little bit about who you had to be and what you had to do to have everything you wanted out of life. How'd you get started?
Well, that's an interesting topic. My wife and I were professionals, double income, no kids. I was a computer engineer with the state of Georgia, ran basically their help desk for a bunch of people who didn't know how to use computers and was 9 to 5 or 9 to 10 or 9 to 12 or whatever they needed in the IT world. So I was working, 60 hours a week or more. And my wife was an industrial chemist. She made the stuff that cleaned the space shuttle. So, I mean, she was making some really cool stuff and was a chemical engineer with Zet Manufacturing.
And
And
she is a lot of fun to be around. Bill and I, the whole family, his kids, we are good friends. Hanging out with his wife, Michelle, she is brilliant. I can't believe how we can get onto chemistry late at night and just keep talking. So
well,
these are very well educated people with very high class jobs. And then you chose to leave that behind for some reason.
yeah, my wife got pregnant with twins. And since we were about to be, really busy with raising kids and whatnot, and I didn't want my wife to and myself to put my kids in daycare. So we decided to do something different. My wife quit her job and started doing our hobby as a income producing thing. And what happened is that we decided that we accidentally had a tiger by the tail. And one day my wife said, "Bill, I can't do this anymore. We've got too much business. We're doing too much." And she says, "We're going to have to hire somebody full time." And I said, "Hey, if we're going to hire somebody, we're going to hire me." And so I left the computer world and we took the hit. And after that, we didn't look back. So yeah, that's how we got it started in the cat business, and that was in the late 1990s, early 2000s.
So you have been doing this actually a little longer than I've been in real estate. So we're pushing not quite 30 years, about 25, right?
Yeah, more like, yeah. I mean, we had a hobby business for many years. We've been doing it for 40 years, and we were successful at it being a hobby business. But it was just mad money at that point. It was like money to help to restore a house or money to go on vacation, that kind of thing. When it became real money to be able to replace, double income, no kid, middle America money, then it was a little different deal. So at that point, it became a real business, and that's 1999 or so.
I know a lot of people that I talk about, I keep trying to say, hey, look, take the plunge. It is really hard. There are, it's simple, but it's so hard to execute running your own business. There's so many different things. And I find it's not that they're afraid of what they have to do. They're afraid of leaving their security. They have a steady paycheck. And I think the number one thing people complain about is, but what about my benefits? How did you get over these fears?
Well, there's a couple of things. First of all, you kind of have to be financially okay before you decide to take the plunge. I would recommend that you have, well, I used to say 5,000, but now I would say 10 or $15,000 worth of liquid savings that you can pay bills with, according to whatever your lifestyle is at the moment, be able to pay bills.
And I
Uh,
would say that it's not so much a matter of how much money you have, as to how much time. Does that sound fair? That if you've got, what do you think, a couple months of whatever you're going to spend? Because there's some people that live in LA, their
yeah,
house payment is going to be outrageous
yeah, I would
compared
say
to,
I would say 3 months. 3 months of solid hard work will get you to where you can kind of believe that this is going to fly or it's not going to fly. But the fact of the matter is, it'll fly. And the reason why it'll fly is listen, there are influencers out there, and there are people on the internet that make 100 grand a year pretty easily. And if you want to know why, it's everybody's yelling about your traditional work habits for people that are 25 and 22 and 27. It's kind of hard to get a 27-year-old motivated to work 9 to 5 when they can do Instagram videos with 100,000 followers or 55